So they had extra time because of the bye week. Is there anything they can do schematically to even, again, I realize Patriots really good run defense, and they didn't run the ball well. Anything schematically they can do coming out of the bye to help that run game get back to where it was and even maybe a step ahead of where it was?
Obviously, I'm a big believer in the gap scheme. So the idea of blocking one side down and bringing those guards around, those guards, Teller, Batonio, those guys in space are really, really good. And what the gap scheme does, it allows you to work on angles and you get to play with aggression. So it's more of attacking than it is reactionary. So if you think about zone runs, there's two guys on two guys, but whatever guy's coming off on the second level depends on what the second level defender does. When you're running gap schemes, you have a little bit more understanding of who you have before the ball is snapped. Not always, and in the NFL, you have to be aware for movement. However, you have a great idea and allows you to attack. So I think one of the things they can do is stick with that gap scheme, allow these guards to pull a little bit, get some down blocks, and let these guys play with a little bit more aggression. And not have to think so much in that zone game. So once again, if you ask me, I'm coming out and I'm running a ton of different gap schemes to get these guys rolling.
Is that something that Tommy Rees, is that more of a Tommy Rees style? We still haven't seen a ton of Teller and Batonio out pulling, which I think if you went and asked both of them, I think that's what they want to do.
Well, it's going to be interesting. Tommy's a guy who learned a lot from Saban. He learned a lot from Brian Kelly, what his time at Notre Dame. And so he's a guy he's multiple. All these really young, these coordinators, guys like me, I was a gap scheme guy, very little inside zone. I didn't know how to I knew how to draw it up on the board, but I didn't really feel comfortable running it. These young guys are very well versed in a lot of different things. So I think you're going to see some gap scheme. You're going to see some duo. Now, Tommy's actually more of a duo guy, which is kind of more vertical, which is kind of what they've been running. But I think the gap scheme is going to allow them to have some success on the edge where they've really, really struggled. So not only power and counter, but that pin and pull too. It creates great angles for linemen. It allows great seams for the running backs. And it just kind of gets you on the edge a little bit so you're not running into those piles so much. So once again, I think he's got a very like-minded mind like Kevin. He's going to have some of his own, wrinkles. And I think, some of those wrinkles in the run game would be getting guys out of the box with motions and movement. So maybe just that same run scheme, but just more motion and movement.